Alright, what's going on guys? It's your boy EtzMegaa back with another Undisputed video. So I know what you guys are probably thinking, it's been a minute since I last uploaded. It's been about how long now? It's been about a month or two or something like that, 2 months I think, since I last uploaded on this channel. I had about 2 uploads going, but those weren't Undisputed related, so I wanted to do those on a separate channel. If you guys haven't already, go subscribe to my second channel as well. The link for that will be in the description. But yeah guys, we're back with another Undisputed video. So you guys can probably tell from the title of the video what this video consists of. This is going to be like my kind of review and more of an insight into what this update has and what it basically contains. So this is an update after about how long? We got the last one in December. That was about mid to early December. And now we've got the next update straight in April. So you guys can already see that's been way too long of a time gap, especially with like hardly any communication. We had that playtest in January which didn't solve anything in regards to like what was it, tracking or something like that, punch tracking, punches landing and whatnot. I mean, yeah, we're here now, to be honest. So I'm going to go into more depth down the video, so make sure to stick around to the end of the video guys. First things first, I just want to ask you guys to like the video, to subscribe if you haven't already for the new viewers on my channel, and just comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this update yourself. Just to say again, this is my opinion, and just judging from what I've played quite a few matches to be able to tell like what's what with the game at the moment. But I just want to say one more thing as well actually before we get straight to the video. The opponent I'm playing here, he's actually a really good player. Seriously, I matched up against him in a ranked fight and I didn't get the chance to record that, so I told him, I was like, let's play another game, and for video, obviously for this video, the background footage and whatnot. And yeah, shout out to him, man. He's a great player and he was fully down just to run it back for a video. So yeah, shout out to him. Alright, so for the beginning of the video, I think we should begin, just to start off, I think we should begin with the DLC. So you guys seen the DLC that came through with this update. We got the Klitschko brothers, we got Shannon Briggs, we got Butterbean, we got Jairo Pataya, we've got Juan Francisco Estrada, and we've got Roman Gonzalez as well, I believe. So I mean, it was quite interesting because in the actual update video that was posted for Undisputed, they didn't say anything about punt tracking, they didn't say anything about DLC fighters. They just mentioned venues, a bit about career mode, and what else was spoken about? It was the blocking. Something in regards to the blocking was mentioned as well. And then they released another video down the line, I think it was on the same day, where you had to kind of like pause and actually see like when you stop at a fighter on the mobile basically. And like they sneakily kind of put in Butterbean in there, which was quite interesting, to be honest. I missed it at first, and then someone, I think in the comments, I must have been reading the comments, and someone mentioned, oh, that's Butterbean in there. Shannon Briggs was in there as well. So yeah, we knew some of these fighters are coming, but £16 for the DLC is I mean, I don't know what to say about that, to be honest. Like £16 for the DLC. I mean, I got it for the fighters, for some of the fighters. I wanted to use Roman Gonzalez as well. I wanted to use the Klitschko brothers because I had seen people using them online, and I just saw the way they were fighting. Like I could kind of tell that these fighters would be quite fun to use in the game. So far, my favorite DLC fighter is Roman Gonzalez. You guys can see me using him in the background footage over here against this opponent as well. He feels so smooth to use. His fighting feels nice. His movement feels good as well. I mean, same goes for Juan as well. I'm guessing, I haven't used him yet, but I'm guessing by like judging from his fighting style in the game, from the footage as well, he looks quite clean. And clean fighters are always some of my favorite fighters to use in Undisputed. I mean, I remember they were talking about free DLC coming, and I hope that's in the next update, whenever that is. Hopefully it's pretty soon. I mean, depending on certain things the way they are currently, because the game is still definitely not perfect, and that's for sure. But like I said, we're going to go more into the video and I'll be discussing some things from the patch notes. I'll be reading them from the actual patch notes as well. I won't be showing them on the screen, but I'll be reading them from there. So yeah, that's basically the DLC. They gave a couple outfit updates and whatnot for certain fighters, but that's about it for the DLC. Now moving on to the 1.3 game update patch notes. I'm just going to quickly get onto the venues just before we get onto the gameplay changes and the general changes in the game. So for the venues, I'll be honest, Undisputed has never had any issues. The venues are top tier. I really like the Riyadh gym, that they've added the Riyadh season gym into the game. The observatory as well, and Cafe Royale. 3 out of 3 of the venues are top tier. I think they're really clean. Like I said, Undisputed has never really had an issue with venues in the past. So the venues are, as always, nice. Now on to the gameplay changes. So they said that they made some minor adjustments to how punch, targeting and tracking works. It says they're currently playtesting a more impactful improvement right now, and if playtesting goes well, they'll ship those changes out to everyone in another update as soon as they can. So I mean, I'm going to be honest, from this update I can kind of see where they've improved with the punch tracking. There is basically, like, from what I've played, from the games I've played, I could tell in the first and the second and the third fights, just playing the game, that punches are starting to land more. I was throwing punches that would usually whiff at first, in like before the update, that are now landing. For example, if I'm using an orthodox fighter and I'm throwing the power right hand to the body, usually that used to whiff so much of the time. Now it lands majority of the time. Like, I haven't actually seen it whiff once, to be honest. So those are steps in the right direction, but I guess these were things that should have been done early on anyways, because punches have to be landing, and that's just for sure. Everyone knows, obviously, it's a boxing game, punches have to be landing. There is obviously the odd couple punches, like the rare couple punches that might miss, that you might see that whiff, that should have technically landed. But apart from that, to be honest, punches are seeming to land more now, to be honest. Like, you can kind of catch and shoot at times. For example, if my opponent throws a hook at my glove and I'm blocking, I can throw my counter hook and land it, and it actually does land most of the time now. So yeah, I got to give them that punch tracking is kind of heading, I believe, by looking at the game and by playing it, in the right direction. There is obviously still maybe some adjustments, like they said as well. They're still testing, they're play testing a more impactful version of it at the moment, and if that play testing goes well, they'll ship it out in the next update as soon as they can. So I mean, yeah, there's steps in the right direction in regards to that. So the next thing they said in the patch notes is that they rebalance block health. The longer you continuously hold your block, the more damage your block health will take. Continuously holding block will also now slow down your ability to block again after throwing a punch, by reducing the animation speed, allowing your opponent to more easily work around your block if you're overusing it. Now that does make sense, because there was players that were just holding that block and not letting go R2. Like, they weren't releasing R2 at all. Like, now that obviously they've kind of rebalanced it in the sense of, you can't just, like, when you're far away from your opponent, or you're kind of in like mid-range against your opponent, in like just about that punching range, like, you can now let go of R2, kind of take a bit of a risk here and there, because you know that if you hold R2 for too long and you defend and you block for too long, I mean, your block's just going to get cracked. Like they said, the longer you continuously hold your block, the more damage your block health will take. Once again, I got to be very, very honest. I got to say exactly how it is. The blocking, I can't really see much of a difference with the blocking. I can't really tell what's the change that's been made to the blocking whilst I'm playing my matches. Then they go on to saying that they temporarily removed flash knockouts from the game due to an issue that caused the game to lock. Flash knockdowns remain unimpacted. So with flash knockouts, to be honest, I never really understood them, because you could get hit with a simple punch, a very, very simple punch, and that's it. There goes the flash knockout, fight's over. So it didn't look like it was balanced, to be honest. So I mean, they removed it temporarily. They'll probably be bringing it back with some sort of fix and whatnot, but this is for another reason. This caused the game to lock. They're talking about flash knockdowns are still in the game. Like, I want you guys to tell me, have you ever got a flash knockout using a power punch in Undisputed? Have you ever thrown a power punch and instantly the fight's over because you've knocked your opponent spark out? That's never happened to me personally. I've never seen that before in the game. Let me know if you guys have, with a power punch. I'm not talking about flash knockdown, I'm talking about flash knockout, where the fight's totally and completely over. But yeah, most of the time when I've seen a flash knockout in Undisputed, it's only been because of like a random straight right, or a hook, a left hook, or a right hook, or an uppercut even. Just one of those, to be honest, but it's never been with a power punch. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong, guys, in the comment section. I mean, one thing though I did realize whilst I was playing is that the game feels a bit choppy at times. I don't know if that's just me. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Once again, if you guys noticed that the game feels slightly choppy. Like, it's not majorly noticeable, but there's just a slight feeling of that choppiness there. I don't know if it's noticeable to a lot of people, or if I just noticed it. But yeah, like I said, let me know, guys, again in the comment section. But yeah, moving on to career mode changes now. I haven't played the career mode in Undisputed apart from the early access version of the career mode, and that was just I played only a couple of fights. I never got to finishing it. I will maybe do a career mode series down the line. Let me know, guys, if you'll be interested in watching that. But yeah, for career mode, they said that they introduced career custom roster. You are now in control of which of your custom characters or licensed fighters you want in your career mode playthrough, allowing you to further tailor your experience and fully immerse yourself. And they added fighter customization in career mode, so you are now able to customize your fighter's attire. I don't know, maybe I should give the career mode a go. I don't really play too many career modes in like fighting games and stuff. I mean, I played it in the UFC games back in the day quite a fair bit, but yeah, I might give the career mode in Undisputed a go. Who knows? Alright, so now moving on to the general changes that Undisputed has done. So obviously you guys might know, whoever has the PS5 Pro, Undisputed is now compliant with the PS5 Pro, and basically it's got some slight graphic improvements and stuff. One thing about Undisputed in general was that they enabled instant replays for online game modes. So now both players basically need to have obviously replays enabled for themselves to be able to watch the replay back in their online match. And that's one of my favorite features that they've kind of added in this update, alongside obviously the rest of the stuff, to be honest. The replay is nice. Like, the moment you see your opponent get knocked out, you can view it from 3 different angles, and the power impact shot that you hear once your punch lands, that gives you the knockdown or the knockout. It's actually nice, to be honest. It's really, really nice. So replays was a really good addition in this update to the online gameplay, basically, just to make it more immersive. It feels a bit more real. Even just another little feature that you guys might have noticed: when you knock your opponent down, like either it could be a flash knockdown or it could be a stun, you can see their mouth guard basically just fly out and land on the ground. That's a nice feature in the game, to be honest. Like, when you land a really big cracking shot on your opponent, mouthpiece just goes flying. That's just another nice little addition, like, just to make the game feel a bit more immersive. Something I like in this update. I mean, basically certain things were changed. You can see by some of the audio quality as well. I mean, the audio quality was fine before as well. It didn't really need much of a change. I mean, now you can kind of hear, like, when your opponent, when you actually land your glove, you're throwing a punch and you land it on your opponent's glove, if they block, you can hear that at times. Sometimes the audio still doesn't, it's not 100% there, basically. Like, you won't hear it at every single given point. Like, especially in my online fights, when I've thrown like a punch or something like that, it's hit my opponent's glove. There's sometimes it does make a sound, sometimes it doesn't. So I mean, audio was something that they've kind of changed as well. It says they've improved audio quality for players using soundbars and headphones. I mean, you can kind of tell that there's an audio change, but I don't know if it was something that was like super necessary. Even if your opponent misses a punch and you counter with a power right hand, I mean, with that as well, you can tell that there's been a sound change, and it's kind of lessened the impact of the sound. I preferred it the way it was before, to be honest. You could tell that there was a devastating shot that was landed, so I don't understand what the need was for the change of that, but I mean, that's up to them, I guess. By the way, guys, don't mind my controller on the screen that you're seeing. It keeps disconnecting. There's something wrong with my charger cable, and I'm using it obviously wired, so it can capture obviously what buttons I'm pressing. Yeah, so don't mind that. By the way, guys, also make sure you're paying attention to the background footage. The fight in the background is amazing. Seriously, this was a really good fight. A lot of knockdowns you guys are going to see throughout the fight as well. It's only round 6 yet, but make sure you're paying attention to that as well, guys, as much as obviously I'm talking about these bug fixes and just certain stuff that's been changed and certain stuff that's still the same. Yeah, I got dropped there dirty, I'm not gonna lie. Look at that, got me on a replay and everything. It's crazy. Yeah, but anyways, back to obviously the patch notes. Yeah, so some fighters also got an increase in their stats and whatnot. George Davey, one of my favorite fighters to use in Undisputed, has got his stats improved and upgraded as well, so it's going to be good to use him, try him out in the game as well. And yeah, let's move over to the bug fixes now. So bug fixes, they said that they resolved an issue where round 8 wouldn't always score correctly in online fights. I'm not going to lie, I've played quite a few fights, and some of them have gone points, some of them haven't, and round 8 has counted. So I mean, so far from what I can tell, it looks like to me it's been fixed. But once again, guys, if anyone has come across that issue where round 8 doesn't count, let me know in the comment section again. And yeah, basically, so I mean, I haven't seen anything with round 8 being an issue, but if you guys have, let me know. Fixed online score syncing to ensure accurate results. Yeah, sometimes I'll be real, like the scoring would be totally out of order. Like, you could be dominating a fight and the rounds would be something that you wouldn't even be able to like kind of imagine. But so far, I mean, scoring has not been the biggest issue at times, but it looks fine to me, to be honest. In the fights I've played, scoring seemed pretty fair and pretty even. I had to get him back in the replay. Look, there we go, beautiful left hook lands. They also said there's been more fixes around disconnects not being given. They've also said that there's been more fixes around disconnects not giving correct wins and losses to players. I mean, I'm not going to lie, yesterday I was playing a match against someone, and in that fight as well, we came across the blue screen glitch. It happened in about round 2 or round 3 or something, and it basically showed me that I won the fight. It showed him that he won the fight. You guys obviously know about this glitch already, And when I went back to the lobby, I mean 0 XP. It didn't give anything. So I mean, if it didn't take anything, it didn't give anything, it still needs to be fixed. That's besides the point, obviously. Like the fact that I didn't get no points or lose any points from it still needs to definitely be fixed. So blue screen glitch, I mean, it still does exist. Let me know another thing if you guys have realized this during this update. I don't know if it's just me, but the stamina seemed to drain a bit quicker when punches are thrown in Undisputed now. I mean, the more combinations you throw, the more your stamina goes. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, I mean, now it's kind of visible that you get into flat foot movement by like round 5. On the odd occasion, if you're throwing a bunch of punches, even round 4, which never used to happen if you were even throwing a bunch of punches. I mean, if you look really carefully, you can see that there's slight changes and very slight differences. But majority wise, there's not major like changes. They also said that they fixed a bug that was causing players to receive an inflated amount of SP after online ranked fights. Now that's actually true, I mean, in the sense that there was inflated SP. I don't know if it's been fixed yet, but they're saying it has. I spoke to someone who was Undisputed at a time, and I asked him, how did you get Undisputed, especially when the game's in a really bad state at that time as well. The game was very buggy. I mean, you couldn't really get that many fights in ranked apart from losing XP alongside playing the game basically. And what he said was that he got a massive amount of XP. Like all of a sudden he was just playing a random ranked game and he just got so much XP that it just boosted him all the way up, and it kept him there as well. So I mean, I'm guessing that's what that means. So if that's been fixed, that's actually a good thing. I mean, then they go on to saying that they fixed the soft lock in online fights if a player disconnected during the intro cutscenes. I mean, that clearly hasn't been fixed because I've literally had that happen to me yesterday after the update. Bearing in mind, the funniest thing is that this was the first fight I loaded into right after the update released, and you guys are going to see that on the screen now.
All right, I went over the rules. I want you to protect yourself at all times.
So I mean, yeah, you guys can see from that happened during the intro cutscenes of the fight. That was my first fight, believe it or not, loading into the update to test out how the update is, and it kicked me out the fight, it disconnected me, it gave me the loss on the record, and it also took away points from my rank. So yeah, I mean, that hasn't been fixed. So if anyone from Undisputed is watching this video, there's still certain things that need to be fixed. Of course, the game, like I said before, it isn't perfect, but this update could potentially be some sort of a step into the right direction. I mean, these were things, like I've said before in my previous videos, you guys already know my thoughts. These were things that should have been fixed on the day of the release anyways. These shouldn't be like down the line update fixes. This should have been done previously. So yeah, I mean, for the certain things that haven't been fixed yet, I'm really hoping that they release another update, hopefully this month. We'll be very lucky to receive another update this month, so I actually hope that one does drop this month, basically perfecting the stuff that are still not completely fixed and Undisputed. But apart from that, I mean, they have made some changes and whatnot. But yeah, real quick guys, pay attention to this part of the fight. You can see I'm stunned, I'm in flat foot movement as well. The fight started to go left a little bit here. We got 10 seconds left on the timer. I'm trying to get that power right and get a flash knockdown in. Watch this, catch, bang. There we go. Caught both his punches, threw the power right and knocked him out in the final round. Catch, and there you go. Power right goes in. I really like that instant replay feature, seriously. But yeah, I mean, like I always say in my videos, let me know your thoughts guys in the comment section. Let me know who's enjoying the update. Let me know who's not really liking the update. Let me know your guys' thoughts basically in general to what you think should be added to the game, should be taken away from the game, or anything just around those lines basically. But yeah, let's see. We took the win, there we go. Managed to win the fight. Real quick before I end the video, I just forgot to mention as well about desync issues and ghost punches. I'm not gonna lie, I've been seeing a lot more ghost punches recently since this update. Punches are landing from halfway across the ring, which just doesn't make sense to me. And there's a lot of red-pink fights as well, and in those red-pink fights there's way more ghost punches. So once again, desync, server issues, this stuff needs to be fixed, and it just has to be fixed as soon as possible because we've been saying this since early access days. So that's something else I just wanted to add in. Once again, shout out to my opponent. Seriously, he was a very clean fighter, boxed very clean. This was a really clean matchup, and fights like this are always some of my personal favorite fights to have in Undisputed. And yeah, let's just have a look at the scorecards real quick again. I can't really remember. Okay, 71, 77, 77, 71 again, and then the middle judge. It's always the middle judge. Middle judge always has a different scorecard. But yeah, guys, so that is the end of this video. Do make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know what you guys thought of the fight, what you guys think of the update. Once again, turn that notification bell on so you guys never miss an upload or a stream in the future. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.